If you've been feeling drained, unmotivated, anxious, overwhelmed, and you are considering leaving this business, this video is for you, because in this video, I'm gonna be talking about burnout or breakthrough. Okay, you're probably on the cusp as a real estate agent and you're wondering if this career is for you. So what I'm gonna do in this video, I'm gonna share the 5 things that I think that you're probably dealing with, and then I'm gonna show you how to alter that, shift that into something that is more in alignment with you so you can have breakthrough in your real estate career and ultimately build the business that you would like, so you can have the time freedom. Why you got into this business in the first place and why we get into this career in the first place is to have sustainable, predictable income and have time freedom so we can do the things ultimately that we'd like to do. And that is what we're going to be talking about in this video. What is the number one thing that I find that people deal with? And trust me, I've dealt with this too. I went through burnout in 2020 from doing these exact 5 things. So this is why I'm excited to share this with you, because I was able to turn this around and I hit rock bottom, feeling completely burnt out that I didn't even want to get out of bed because I felt like I wasn't getting the results that I was ultimately out to achieve. However, I felt like I was working hard. Maybe you feel like this. Maybe you're doing all the things, putting in all the effort, and you're doing everything that everybody is telling you. However, you still feel like you're not getting results, and that can be extremely frustrating. And this is why the majority of real estate agents leave this business in the first place within the first 2 years. 87% of real estate agents say goodbye to this business because they work really hard, okay? And you might be a good person, you work really hard, but you're still not getting the results. This might show up for you as like, I'm doing all the things, but I still don't have consistent income. And that's probably one thing that you're dealing with right now. And again, I'm gonna show you how to alter this at the end of this video. So stay right until the end of the video so you can shift this and have a breakthrough, have the business that you would like. Number 2, prospecting. Don't mind my spelling. So prospecting, if you're doing prospecting, lead generation, which we're all doing, which we're all told to do, which ultimately it's the lifeblood of your business, and you're feeling like, oh, this sucks. I don't want to do this. Like, why do I have to cold call? Why do I have to door knock? Why do I have to do these things that I don't enjoy doing? Guess what? You're out of alignment with yourself and who you are as a being. If you would like to stay consistent with anything in your life, and specifically in your real estate career, you have to find stuff that you actually like to do, because consistency leads to results, okay? And you will never stick with something that you don't like to do. How come you're inconsistent in your business? It's probably because you're inconsistent in your lead generation, because you're out of alignment with your prospecting. So you have to find something that you like. And if you continue do things that are out of alignment with you, guess what? It's gonna lead to burnout. Number 3, and I felt this for sure, feeling alone. This business is, sometimes you can feel like a lone wolf. You have nobody to ask or nobody to connect with. And yes, even in our brokerage here, we have a WhatsApp group and stuff like that, but it's still not the same. And sometimes you get in your own head when you're on your own, wondering and questioning if this is actually the career for you, and you start to feel overwhelmed. Your mind tells you things that aren't necessarily true. So what I would suggest to overcome this feeling of feeling alone is to connect with somebody in your office, or if you are having these feelings, connect with somebody that can challenge your thinking, whether it's a life coach, whether it's a real estate mentor or coach, a colleague to meet with once or twice a week, or get out and connect with somebody to talk about business, to talk about different strategies, so new ideas come into your life and you can start to challenge your thinking and the things that you're actually doing, okay? When you talk to people, that's the wonderful thing about talking to people, whether they're in real estate or in other type of business. It doesn't even have to be related to real estate, is you can start to see how they think and how they approach their business, and gives you other ideas how you can incorporate them into your business. So if you're feeling alone, I challenge you to get out there and have conversations with people, okay? I know for me, I'm an analytical person, so I can get into my head sometimes and I can tell myself things that are not true. That's what the human brain does, because it's attempting to protect you. If you're feeling that way and you're feeling like on a low and you're like questioning yourself, then honestly, reach out to somebody and have conversations with people to challenge your thinking, okay? Number 4 reason why you might be feeling burnt out is you're questioning yourself, going, is this career for me? did I make the right decision leaving this career, moving into this career? Because this was a second career for me too. You question, did you make the right decision? You start to go back going, oh, maybe I should have picked this. Maybe I should have picked that. It doesn't matter what you ultimately choose to do or the path forward in your life. It's going to be challenging. If you would have picked another route or another career, it was going to be challenging. You're going to have obstacles. Things are going to come up just like this. You've probably heard the saying, the grass is greener on the other side. Well, guess what? It's not, okay? And a lot of people think this in relationships too. And this is why, you see people, relationships break down because they ultimately think that the grass is greener on the other side. Well, this is true in your career, your real estate career too. If you're starting to question yourself and doubt yourself again, and you're feeling alone and you're prospecting and it's not in alignment and you're working hard and you're not getting any results, these could be all factors playing into why you're starting to feel burnt out. And then the last thing that I would like to touch on, you're questioning your why. Why am I doing what I'm doing? You start to question, does this even make sense? So again, it kind of leads into one. I really challenge you to sit down and start to ask yourself why you do the things you do. There's actually an exercise I learned from Tony Robbins when I was going through one of his programs, is the 7 levels deep, asking yourself why. Why do you want to do real estate? Well, I want to make money. Why do you want to make money? Well, I want to support my family. Why do you want to support your family? Because I want to be a good mom or dad. Why do you want to be a good mom or dad? Because I want my kids to love me. Well, why do you want your kids to love you? Because I want to be the best parent for them and prove to them that I'm a good parent, and I don't want them to ruin their lives and blame me down the end. You're getting the point. If you go 7 levels deep, usually you will get to the emotional side of what you are doing and why you're doing something. So if you have it in you right now, I challenge you after this video is to do this exercise, 7 levels deep, of why you are doing what you're doing, and get to the emotional component of that. And when you're connected emotionally to why you're doing what you're doing, it'll be a driving force for you to push through what you're feeling here, okay, and move into a different mindset of what you're doing, okay, and remembering why you are doing what you're doing and why you made these changes in real estate and who you are as a person at your core and your being as a soul. Get connected to that, okay? So you could be questioning that. And another little bonus here, I'm going to say one more other reason that I found too that was like why I was feeling this burnt out, is I was working with people that were in alignment with me. They were not in alignment with me, and they were energy vampires, and I was doing it for the money. I admit I was taking on anybody and everybody because I was worried about the bills that I had to pay and my finances, and it drained me and it drained me, and I was bending over backwards to people. I had no standards. So what I did to overcome that, eventually, like I said, I hit the burnout in early 2020, is I created a standards list of who I am and how I show up and what I tolerate. Okay, and one of the things that I did, which I'm going to talk about over here, is creating my listing presentation into 2 components where I'm interviewing them in the first appointment, okay? Shifts the power position. So these are reasons why you could be feeling burnt out, and you're on the cusp, and you're feeling that overwhelm, you're feeling that anxiety, you're feeling this questioning of like, why am I doing this? Did I make the wrong choices? I would like to shift that for you. I'd like to challenge your thinking with that right now. So a couple of things that we can do to shift the narrative that is going on right here in our brains to ultimately get to a new result and have a breakthrough so we can have the business that we were out to set. We're all going to be doing lead generation, right? We're going to be doing that. Well, we can take new approach. What do I mean by that? And we can get a different result. This is to do with lead gen. I like to talk about having different approaches and setting up things that actually work for you, that serve you. Picking one thing that's offline. Boots on the ground, yes, boots on the ground, going out and doing the work, but one thing that you enjoy doing and sticking with that, okay, to generate new leads that come in. However, having an online presence too, where it's automated. Once you create the assets and you set them up, they work for you in the background. And I talk about this numerous times about having YouTube and how powerful YouTube is. But when you start to set up, really what this comes down to, folks, is systems. Most agents that I've come across, that I talk to, they lack systems in their business. When you start to have duplicatable systems, it makes it so much easier on you as a real estate agent. So this is why I talk about having systems in your business. And there's really 3 systems to your real estate business. That's it. Your lead gen, your listing presentation, which is number 2. When you have your listing presentation dialed in, you will never work with anybody that you do not choose to work with ever again. So it eliminates the energy draining from you because you're working with people that are in alignment with you. And the last thing here, number 3, is having a referral follow-up system. You might be thinking, yes, I get referrals and stuff like that. How often are you staying in touch with them? Because here's the stat: 80% of past clients go and work with another agent when they go to transact again. Buy, sell, invest. Why is that? Because you don't really, truly have a good referral system set up that follows up with people, that gives value constantly. This right here, all of this is under the umbrella of giving value, 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 value. Everything you do has to be encapsulated with value. Value marketing. I talk about it constantly. Giving before asking. Give. Become more valuable in the marketplace, and more value, more people will be attracted to you. So these are basically 3 separate systems. And my apologies for the mess here. Is 3 separate lead gen, online, offline, and repeat right here. Very simple systems. Online can work for you in the background. You set up the assets, it works for you in the background. Boom, taken care of. One avenue of lead gen working for you to get new business in. Then you have like repeat up here too. Repeat business. What's repeat business? We talk about this in our program. If you're interested in that, you can click the link below and have a conversation with us. But this is how we're getting new business in. And then once we have the new business coming in and we have people coming in, guess what? We master our listing presentation. It's the highest money-making activity in our business, and it's the least focused on. Everybody's focused here. This is why you hit hard work, no results. Prospecting that you don't actually like. Feeling alone because you're out there doing it by yourself. You start to question, is this actually working? Why am I actually doing what I'm doing? It's because everybody is focused here doing things that they actually don't want to do, or they're doing outdated tactics that don't really work anymore. There are other ways to get high intent sellers or buyers ready to transact right now. Okay, this is why I'm talking about power of YouTube so much, because it is the #1 thing right now to really stay focused on and have people get to know you, like you, and trust you very quickly and become a local authority expert. Okay, position yourself as a positive expert, which makes your listing presentation process so much easier, so you can convert higher and work with people that you like, and then ultimately you can have a follow-up system with people that you like, keep giving them value, and guess what? They'll work with you again. Guess what this all leads to? More money, 6 figures and beyond. Why? Because you have systems based around the value of giving value, leading with value, and you attract more aligned people. You work with people that you actually would like to work with down the road, because you have systems in place. And guess what? Top producers making 7 figures plus. When I chat with them, guess what? Guess where 70 to 80% of the revenue is coming from our GCI? Right here. This right here. They're not focused all up here. It's a very small amount. And if you're new in business, yes, you're gonna have more focus here. I get that, okay? And you're probably have more focus here. But once you have this dialed in, and we can help you with that, you can click the link below. Happy to help you with that. You can schedule a call with our team. They focus more down here because this is like hot traffic. This is like people know you. They've already liked you, trusted, they've worked with you. This is the easiest way to get business without having to spend any additional money. You're either trading time or money. Choose. Time or money, which one do you want to spend with things you actually like and enjoy? It doesn't burn you out, frees up your time because you have automated stuff, you've created the assets. That's how powerful it is, okay? So you're not spending all your time on here, you're mastering this component, and guess what? You can spend more time here with the people you love, you care about, and want to see you win too in business. This is the power of this, okay? So if you're feeling burnt out, you're feeling lost, you're feeling alone, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling anxiety, I've been there. And I want you to know you don't have to stay there. It's a choice. You can make a decision today to shift that. If you want a breakthrough, click the link below and we'll at least have a conversation with you, okay? Here are the challenges that you're going through, and we can guide you on the next path forward. Whether you work with us or not, it doesn't matter. It's worth the call, okay? So let's get you to a breakthrough if you're feeling this way. And if you like this video and you like what I'm sharing and talking about, comment below, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. When you subscribe to the channel, it incentivizes me to continue to shoot videos like this, okay? So please subscribe to the channel. If you would like to learn more about lead gen, watch this video, okay? I break it all down right here. Okay, I'm Nick Doherty, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.